I'm getting ready to go on my hike, my meet and greet. Wanted to do something live, but it turns out that I should have learned how to do that ahead of time, and I didn't. So I won't be able to do a live thing on the hike because A, I can't figure it out, and B, my phone will die. It's like I'll just be able to give you like little bits and pieces here and there. So we thought we'd start with, I have on a good deal of sunscreen. I like using this CeraVe. It says it's invisible, but I rather like the fact that I can see it. So when I put it on, I am a shade lighter right here, right now, than I really am. And the only way for me to show you that is what I look like naked, when you could see a clear difference in how my chest was a shade lighter than the rest of me. But you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I don't want a lot of heavy stuff on my face. We are having an unseasonable heat wave. I guess I shouldn't say unseasonable. This happens every year, and I didn't know what time to plan for this hike because who knows what the weather would be. I'll be surprised if anybody shows up. I don't even want to show up. It's 90 freaking degrees out there. Hiking at high noon and 90 degrees is crazy. So it may just be a personal one-on-one hike, in which case that's fine too. As long as you get out the door wherever you're at and you're out going for a walk, if I can inspire you, I'm stoked. That is really all I care about. Got Euphoria on my face. That's my moisturizer. Got some nice hormonal pimples coming up. That's awesome. I'm gonna use my Smashbox CC camera ready for no other reason than it's got sunscreen, and it'll make me look pretty in front of people so I don't look like the way I usually do. This is a light medium. I'd kind of forgotten about this. I've gotten so used to using heavy foundations for camera. This is what I used to use as just regular makeup all the time. But it's got a nice SPF 30. I'm still gonna wear a hat. I have the CeraVe on my chest and the back of my neck. There's always that area that I can't quite get to. I will be hitting myself with a little Neutrogena spray, SPF 70, to get to those areas that I can't really reach. God, you know, I used to be able to get my whole back. It was like a prideful thing with me. I used to be able to touch my elbows together behind my back. Let's see if I can still do that. No, there's no practical application for that. There we go. I can still touch my elbows together behind my back, which has no purpose. I am a little tired today. I spent 9 hours at Monsterpalooza yesterday, and I'm going back to Monsterpalooza tonight. Monsterpalooza is a makeup and special effects convention. So every movie that you've seen that has special makeup, special effects, all of that stuff, this is where all of the people who create it come together and they sell their wares and talk about it. And my friend Jewel Shepard had one of her films screening there yesterday, so I went to support her. And tonight I'm just going at like 6 o'clock tonight. Oh, the hair is awful. This is still from yesterday. 6 o'clock tonight I'll be going over there and just hanging out and having drinks in the bar, because it's all about networking and meeting people and reconnecting with people, and anybody and everybody in the horror film community who can possibly be there will be there. So, gots to be done. I'm so excited I get to put my hair in a ponytail. Okay, it's not much of a ponytail, but I'm saying it counts. A little generic Allertech. This is generic for, not Claritin, but the other one. Crap, I can't remember. Anyway, I just know that I need allergy meds before I head up into the hills, and I need to get going because I got a 2-mile walk before I get to the base where we're meeting everyone, so I'll see you in a little bit. And you know, sometimes you look in the mirror before you run out the door and you're like, well, that's shiny as shit. So I'm gonna throw a little powder on that and knock it down. It's funny, the CC cream is just a teensy bit darker than my skin, and then I have this sunscreen on that makes my skin lighter, so I'm completely not coordinated right now. My face is like 2 shades darker than my chest. And I need to grab my juice. I have a green one today. Oh, I'm gonna have my juice and my water. I'm gonna have my hands full when I'm walking. At least for the first bit. And then, now I'm gonna hit it with some mineral powder. I think I've told you about this on one of my favorites videos, I think for my June favorite video. It's sunscreen in a powder form. This is great to just have in your purse. You know, if you suddenly find yourself dining al fresco and you weren't expecting to, it's nice to be able to hit a little extra powder. It's got SPF 45. So I have an SPF 30 on my face, an SPF 50 on my 30 on my chest, 70 on my arms, 70 on my back, and then topped it off with a 45 on my face. So, ready to go out into that 90-degree heat. Don't you love when you have a super awesome plan, except you actually don't really have much of a plan, so you don't figure out all the pertinent details like, oh, I need to show you the juice that my sponsor is bringing to you today, but I'm also carrying my water and I have to hold the camera and I only have 2 hands, so it's a little bit awkward. So I'm gonna be drinking my juice, getting my nutrition in, and kids. So I'm gonna drink my green juice without the camera on because I don't quite know how I'll be able to get it open and hold the camera and hold the water and keep moving, and I'm running late. I will see you in a minute. I made a point of ordering juices in vegetables that I do not enjoy consuming. I don't care for parsley, I don't care for celery, but they are so essential to health. So I like to drink them and get them down quickly. So we are a grand party of 3 heading up the mountain for our hike. So about what I figured would happen today, but that's okay. I hope you are having a great hike wherever you are. We'll give you little bits and pieces on the route. This is Liz and Ronan. Actually, I can actually turn. He is enjoying a tasty snack of a backpack. Look at how cute you are. We're just looking at the scenery and wishing that we were in that delightful pool right there. It is really toasty today. And how old is Ronan?
9.5 months.
9.5 months. What's his daddy doing today?
Working.
What does his daddy do for a living?
He's a director.
So he directs movies?
Yeah.
Really? Does he direct good movies?
That can be debated. Yes, I'd like to think so.
Absolutely he does. I know he gives it his all. There's always critics.
They're fun. This time it's a disaster film.
Oh, that's good. So what sort of a disaster film is he making?
A volcano in Los Angeles.
And what will this movie be called?
LA Inferno.
LA Inferno.
For now, we'll see if that gets changed.
So you heard it here first. Liz's husband is making a fun disaster movie called LA Inferno, and you can bet that you will be hearing more about that.
From Ronan.
From Ronan, from Liz, from me, because her husband is a director that I have worked with, and I do love working with him, and you'll hear more about it in time. And I'm super grateful that Liz came with me on my first meet and greet.
I'm grateful you invited us.
Otherwise, it would be me. which is fine because it's usually me anyway. And let's stop and look at the view. We're about halfway up. And there we go. So that is where we come out of our path, right there, into this lovely suburban neighborhood. And this is where we finish up our hike and we get a little bit of shade. So Liz, you know what? You can relax the umbrella. We're in the shade.
Hello.
And that's the way to hike. That's some good hiking skills right there. Shall we? We had a terrific hike, and then I went to Monsterpalooza. I snapped a couple of images before the place was filled with people. It was wall-to-wall bodies, craziness, a lot of fun, and I will share with you more of a horror convention in October when I do FearCon, but this is just a glimpse of Monsterpalooza. I hope you had a terrific hike and a fabulous weekend. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and drop your comments down below. Tell me about your hike.